Hi friends, Pastor Ralph here. Thanks for tuning in for another one of our daily devotions. For today's devotion and activity, you're going to need a piece of paper for everyone who you're with and pens or pencils or crayons for you to write on that paper. Today we're going to talk a little bit about burdens. There's two primary messages in the Bible that happen in many different places. The first place that the Bible talks about burdens is in the Psalms, where Psalm 55 says, "Cast your burdens upon the Lord, and He will sustain you." I wonder how many times when we feel a burden, we actually cast that on the Lord. We give it up. Most of the time we hem and haw over it. We complain, we vent, we gossip about our burdens. We often wind up cycling through our burdens in our head, just laying awake at night sometimes thinking about them. We don't cast our burdens anywhere but deeper within ourselves. And what we do is we wind up carrying around those things that God sent Jesus to live, die, and be resurrected to take away from us, so that we may live a burden-free life. Not that life gets easier, but that the weight and heaviness and anxiety that comes with our burdens is lifted off our shoulders because we know God takes those things. You know, like amidst this crisis, there's a lot of burdens. We're losing some income at our house. We're homeschooling at our house. We're trying to keep 3 kids fed and trying to keep everything about life feeling somewhat normal. And there's all these burdens. And then we just got this medical bill that our insurance company was holding on to for 11 months. And so now suddenly they want all this money when they forgot to send us this medical bill. And so how do we take these burdens and cast them on the Lord? Well, first of all, what I want you to do is take that paper and take a minute and write down all your burdens. Go ahead and pause the video. Do that now. So now that you've written down all your burdens, I want you to take those burdens, crumple them up, because they're just garbage to us. They're useless. We carry them around like they're important, and yet our burdens, God says, are meant to be cast on Him so that He will sustain us. The second part that the Bible says about burdens is in Galatians, where it says, "Bear one another's burden and fulfill the law of Christ." What Paul says in Galatians, as he says, bear one another's burdens, is that we can take these things and we can give them away to other people, knowing that they'll help lift the weight and the stress that comes with them, and they'll help give it up to God. So now that you've got your burdens, you've crumpled them up like a piece of garbage, I want to encourage you to play a quick game of dodgeball in your house with all those burdens. Pick them up and whip them at the person next to you. Run around the house and pick them off the floor and throw them at one another. Just have a goofy game of it, casting your burdens on one another. And let that joy and that laughter and that energy that you get out of yourself be the lifting of those burdens off your shoulders. Let them be the casting of those burdens upon God so that God may sustain you. And then take those papers at the end and give them a good solid whip in the trash so that you don't carry them anymore. Hope this was a relief from your burdens, if nothing else momentarily. If you find yourself sheltered in place and needing some assistance in any way, please give a call at the office. And we have a Thrive Care team ready to help you with errands, meals, prayers, and any technology needs that you have right now. We'd love to come out and help and lift some burden off your shoulders in this time of crisis. Thanks for listening, everybody. Keep looking up.